Okay.
Okay, and we are very live. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Hi, hi, Mir. Hi. I am amazed to be here. I'm so glad that you agreed to do another Facebook Live with me. And the first Facebook Live last week was amazing. And I'm so glad you're doing it another interview with me. Well, if you're joining here and you're wondering who's Mir, and I've been talking about Mir for a long time, a lot of times in the last month and a half, is that Mir is an amazing spiritual business coach. He has he's been working with me for the last 4 years. I've
Mhm.
been working with him at my own pace. Like when I first met him, I was not sure exactly how to work with you, like because your ideas and your concepts were too steep, like it was going over my head. I'm like, how does that make sense? So I stuck with him because I saw his life. I know because he's a coach. I saw his relationship. He's having like three amazing kids. He's having a beautiful relationship with his wife for more than 3 decades. And I was like, okay, there's and his businesses are amazingly successful. And I found out that after working with him and still getting to know him, I found out that he sold his first $100 million business in his early 30s. And I know he's got other successful businesses. And the key thing which stood out for me was him having an amazing marriage with his wife and having amazing kids, very high productive kids, which I know are going to be part of the solution of tomorrow rather than the
Mhm.
problem of tomorrow, of the future. And I saw him being so productive. No matter what time I communicated with him on Facebook, on Messenger, on WhatsApp, or email, he would respond back. And
Yeah.
I just like, okay, there's something here. There's something happening here. And he's a coach. I'm a coach, and I'm coaching my clients to be better coaches. So, okay, there's something which I can learn from here, and I can adapt to my life, and I can share that with my clients. So, thank you, Mia. So that's why I work with you. I love you. You're an amazing person.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the introduction. And I love you and I love working with you. And you are amazing person.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it takes half an hour.
You say that so easily, and I understood that only after 4 years, and
It's
it's
true.
just amazing.
It's true. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to sit with in another person. You may be able to say it, but you won't be able to see it.
Ah, wow, I like that. Wow. Okay, even before we start the questions, you're sharing some amazing wisdom. Okay, great. So I have 5 questions for you, Mir, and some of them are something which you like. And 2 questions I'm gonna ask about you in person. So just so I can get to know you, and uh, my clients can get to know you more than who like just not just the topics on what you teach, about your life in person, and it's gonna be fun. The first
Yeah.
question, Mir, is that now we are almost finishing with the COVID health scenario. Now I know that all the governments are preparing for the financial kickbacks, like how they can kickstart the economy, kickstart. So now, as I'm only concerned about my economy here at home, my family, and
Yeah.
what would you recommend for me, like someone who's just getting started, or who's got a business, or who's got a job, or maybe concerned with the job? How what would you think to get a hold of finances at home, how to prepare for whatever comes, so that I can be ready for it?
Okay. So the first thing that I will recommend is that you will find a coach. You really need to find someone that can guide you through the what's going on right now. A coach is more important now than before. Before
Wow.
I never actually push for coaches, and I said, you know, just get the data and learn for yourself, and you don't need a coach. You will do well. But now, because there's a time crunch, you need a coach. You need someone that will help you to see where you're going. So that's number one. But regardless if you have a coach or not, you need to start collect statistics. You need to get the numbers. Which numbers? You need to know how much money you make daily, every day. You need to know how much money you spend. You need to know what are your bills, how much money you owe. Yes, so what is your account payable, and how much money people owe you. And that's the minimum, like bare minimum. It's better if you can also find out how many new clients you have and how many old clients, but at home, just this bare minimum, 4 things, okay? Why? Because once you can actually look at something, you can handle it. You cannot handle what you cannot see. You need to be able to see the cell phone in order to handle the cell phone. You need to see the numbers in order to handle the numbers, and numbers in your head are not, you don't see them, you don't actually see them. So the first thing I would do, the first thing before anything else, is I will get statistics, simple 4 numbers. How much money you've made today, how much money you spent today, how much money you owe, how much money people owe to you. Okay.
Is it on a daily basis or
every day? You look at that every day, and then if you want to know how to manage it, what to do with that, etc., join one of my seminars, and I will explain about it. Or maybe we will do a different interview just covering that, how to actually manage by statistics and how to collect those statistics. But right now, I'm just giving you the idea. Start to look at the numbers. Don't ignore them. You need to know exactly how much you owe to the credit card company. You need to know, but every day, the moment that you spend the money, not when you get the bill, you need to know what's actually going on. That's number 1, okay? Number 2, you need to produce much more than what you used to produce. Much more. Order of magnitude more. And I really suggest that you will join the Corona in Cash, because this is where I will teach those kind of things. So Corona in Cash is a very powerful series of webinars. You should join. But
I'm already in it.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm talking about the people that are listening. yeah. So you should join the Corona in Cash, and you'll see as we will progress there. I think we're in week number 10 or something like that. As we will progress, you'll get more and more data about how to actually manage the numbers, what to do, how to attract customers, etc., etc. So the second thing is to sell more. But even more important than selling, So the most important is statistic. Even more important than the most important is sell more, be much more productive. But the most important is figure out how to become even more ethical. If you do these 3 things, you'll see that nothing will hurt you. Nothing. Wow. You'll be immune. If you do these 3 things, you will be immune for whatever comes up. And something is
ethical, Amir. What do you mean by ethical? Because
yeah, I will explain. So the word moral mean able to see right from wrong.
Okay.
And right means to do what will bring the best result to the greatest number of people or things. So if I sell drugs and I make a lot of money for me and I'm hurting a lot of people, that's not right. Because I'm hurting a lot of people, it doesn't bring the best result for a lot of people. But if I develop a drug and that drug kill 1 person and save 1 billion, that's maybe a good solution. That's maybe right, okay? So right is it's not true. Right is a matter of a relationship between how much destruction and how much construction, how much of the expected result you get and how much of the undesired result you get, how much of the desired result versus the undesired result. So this will be right, okay? So the ability to see right from wrong is moral, okay? Now, very interesting that moral code is a group. Over time, find out that a certain behavior is enhancing it helped them to get the expected result for that group. So, for example, a moral code of criminals, they found that if you don't tell the police, it's good. Yes, that's criminal. That's how it works. So the moral code of criminals is don't tell the police. And if you don't tell the police, it's good for the criminals. It's not good for us, but it's good for them. So moral code is always connected to a group. Most religions or most big religions on the world will agree that the 10 Commandments is a good moral code. If you do that, it will improve that group. So that's a moral code. When you join a group, how do you join a group? You take on yourself the moral code of the group. If I decide to become a criminal, I take on myself the moral code of criminals. I cannot be a criminal and take the moral code of a priest. It doesn't work together, yes? So when you join a group, you take the moral code of a group, and for as long as you keep that moral code, you are considered to be ethical. So ethical means able to keep the moral code of the group you are part of, okay? And then, and then justice is what the group do against the individual when the individual fail to uphold the moral code that he agreed to. So when I say you need to become more ethical, it means to keep more to the moral code of the group you agreed to. So if you're working in a certain company, produce more because that's part of the moral code. Laugh less, be more proactive, do more than expected. This is all part of the moral code or should be part of the moral code of the company. If you are at home, you are a husband, be more faithful, be more loving, learn more. If you are a businessman, figure out what are your numbers. That's part of a moral code of a businessman, to know his numbers. And because otherwise you're not ethical. So you will see that any disaster anyone ever had in his life, before that disaster, what preceded that disaster was some kind of a breakage on a moral code that you agreed to, even if no one knew, even if no one knows. If you had a disaster in your life, if you have a financial disaster in your life, if you have a health disaster, if you have a disaster, what preceded that is some kind of thing that you've done that you consider is not okay.
Wow,
it's against the moral code. So if you look at these three things, you collect statistics, you become more productive, you sell more, and then if you make sure your hands are cleaner, you will see that money will just stick to you. It will come from nowhere, and it's almost like magic.
That's true. Hands cleaner by soap and by spirit, by the
yeah.
That's true. Clean hands all the way. Yes, that's beautifully explained, Mir. I like how you put in very practical steps rather than just saying words which can't be implemented. That's very good. Thank you. And
Thank you.
What is money to you, Mir? Like, you seem to be so comfortable with it. What is money to you in your life?
Okay, so before I will answer that, let me just say hi to everyone that are with us. We have people that watching us on Instagram. So hi everyone on Instagram. Enable comments. So we have different people on Instagram. We have people on Facebook that watching us. We have people on YouTube, on Twitter. So I'd love to see you commenting. And of course, if you can start watch parties, it would be very good. Yes, Gerard, hi, and Avi Budara, hi, nice to see you. So, yes, and Pedro, hi, and Dolly, hi. Here we go. Dolly, say hi.
Oh, hey, Dolly, hi.
Yes, we see her on the screen now, and this is Pedro. Hi, Pedro. Yes, and Avi. Yes, hi, Avi. Wow. Very nice to see everyone. Yes. Great interview. Yes. Thank you, Pedro. Okay, good. So this is really nice, really nice. So what is money to me? Money to me is a unit of measurement. It just tells me, it's just a kind of a statistic of how many people did I help? How many people did I help? That's all. Oh, Lisa from the UK. Hi, Lisa. Nice to
Oh,
see
hi.
you. Yeah, nice to see you. Very nice to see you. Yeah. Okay, so money for me is just it connects to two things. Okay, number one, it is a unit of measurement. It measures how much I help people, because you get money only for one thing, for helping. What does it mean, a salesperson? The definition of the word salesperson is a person that helps the prospect to help himself with your product or service. So if you understand that you help the prospect, you will sell. So for example, if I understand that my son need some kind of a drug he's sick and I need to give him antibiotic, let's say. And never mind if I'm for or against my antibiotic, but let's say I want to give him antibiotic. And I'm sure 100% that it will help him. Do you understand that I'm going to close him?
That's
Because
true.
I know it will help him. If you will know at the same level that your client will benefit from your product, you will make sure he's going to take the product.
Correct.
Yeah. So for as long as you don't feel about your product like you feel about the cure that you're going to give to your son, if you don't feel about it like that, you will not actually sell. And if you will sell, it will be here and there, up and down. There will be, you need to be so sure that what you sell actually going to help your client, that there will be no way he's not buying. Because he's not actually, what does it mean buying? Agree for you to help him.
Yes.
So this is the first part of money. So money is a measurement of how much I help. Now, how do you get money? Is you simply come up with ideas. You simply come up with ideas of how you can help other people. And once you are sure that those ideas will help other people, you will see money will flow to you like nothing. Once you have an idea and you're sure it will help those people, and you actually go and tell the people, hey, look, this is going to help you, this is going to help you. And of course you will do that, because if you're sure, I don't even have to tell you to go and sell it or to promote it, because imagine if someone found a cure for the coronavirus. Okay, someone come and he has a coronavirus. This is the cure for coronavirus. Do you think I need to tell him to go and promote it? No, because he's sure it's going to help. That's the level of what you need to do with your ideas. You need to come with an idea that you will be 100% sure your customer need it. They will buy it regardless of a price, regardless of the barriers, regardless of anything. The last time that you made money was because you had something in your hand that you were sure that the customer needs. And I'm not talking the last time that you sold. I'm talking about the last time that you made $100 million. $100 million get done by knowing 100% this thing is needed. They're going to take it just because I know they need it. And that's what money is all about. It is an idea of how to help other people, and all the rest is inevitable.
Wow, that's true.
The rest is inevitable. All the rest is inevitable. You don't need to learn how to market. Of course, if you learn it, you will make it faster. But all the rest is inevitable. The better the idea, the more people it will help, the more money you will have. It's not it's not the quality of the idea, but it's how many people it can help.
Okay, nicely explained. So money is just a unit of measurement of how many people you have helped. That is very, very simply explained. It's nice. Thank you, Mir. Wow.
Thank you. Yes, it's simple. It's if you get it, it's obvious, and that's the only thing you need to. If you want money, that's the only thing you need to work on. How do I get ideas that actually help? Because all the rest is automatic. when you need to do marketing, when you need to learn how to do the marketing, and when you need to learn how to do this, and it is only because the idea is not powerful enough.
Yeah.
When the idea is powerful enough, if I have an idea how to cure COVID-19, do you understand? I don't need to market. Did you notice that that if you look at Apple, they don't really market very much. Everyone buy from them. They don't really go, you don't go and see all over Apple, buy from us, buy from us, buy from us, because the idea is so good that it goes over years and years and years, and people buy the iPhone because it actually helps. You get that?
Very true. So unit of measurement to see how many people you help. That is elegant. Now the way you explain, now it adds on, it beautifully flows into my next question.
Not by mistake.
I know it's not by mistake at all. Nothing happens by mistake with you. You create.
I have no idea what is your next question, but it's not by mistake.
So now, how to be a coach? Now you said everyone needs a coach, and I know how to become a coach. So I want to understand, what is your definition of a coach, and how can anybody become a coach? Is it possible for anyone to be a coach? And if it's possible, then what do they need to do to get started to be a coach?
Okay, so what is a coach? A coach is a person. So we've got this thing that's called a coach, and a coach is a person that actually is out of the maze, and I will explain what do I mean. People are inside the maze. They are inside the maze. And in a maze, when you are in a maze, what you see is walls. You see walls, you see problems, you see problems, you see problems, and you see options. Should I turn left? Should I turn right? But you don't have the whole picture of the maze. You don't have the map to tell you, should I go left, right, but you have just some of the picture. You know, you have a wall here, you have a wall behind you, walls in the side, and you can turn left, right, or maybe go backward. So you have a few options, but you are within a maze. It's very limited. A coach is a person that can look from the top, see all the options, and don't tell you what to do, but get you to raise above the maze so you can see too. He just needs to make sure that you see. Because if I tell you how to go, if I'm your GPS and I tell you what to do, fine, I'll get you out of the maze. But you'll go to the next maze and you are my slave. You need me. Nothing will improve without me. You are my slave, basically. So I'm helping you, but the price is too big. Why is it too big? Because you are not the source of your data. You are just an effect of me. So if I'm a good coach, yes, I will help you maybe on an emergency basis, turn left and right, maybe I'll give you some advice. But my purpose, my end result is that you will have the tools to be above the maze. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not actually really helping you. I'm giving you a drug, and a drug, a drug will help you to short term, but it doesn't solve the problem. So if I'm a coach that solves your problem, I'm like a drug. You become addicted to me, and the end is not good. If I'm a coach that actually want to help you, I'm actually showing you how to be above the maze, where you don't need drugs, where you actually know. So that's what a coach is all about, in my viewpoint.
I love your viewpoint. It's good. It makes sense. That's my viewpoint as well. I learned from you. Now, can anybody become a coach?
Of course. Yeah, of course. Anyone can become anything. Anyone can do anything. Anyone can achieve anything. Right now, a person at the moment have the average person in the street, the average person, which means I'm not talking about the top guys or the bottom guys, but just the average people in the street have 600,000 times more potential than results. 600,000 times more potential than results.
Please explain that. What does that mean?
It means that imagine that you have an F-16 or F-15 or F-22, and you use it to go to the restroom or to the supermarket. You know? You understand? Like it's nonsense. Yes, you have a lot of capabilities that you're aware of. You know, you're on F-16. You are aware. You can fly. You're aware. You're aware. You can. Of course you know that you need to find the runway, and right now you are in the parking lot of your home. Of the supermarket or whatever, but you need to find the runway. There's a few things you need to learn how to operate this, or to relearn how to operate it. But you're on F-16. This is what you are, and what you do right now is you sit and you play with that without even turning it on.
Wow.
That's the relationship. You're sitting in the F-16. You never turned it on. You are in the parking lot and someone drag you from one point to another. You have a car that takes you from one point to another, that drag the F-16 behind you.
See, you're saying something beautiful. It's so powerful. And I started to yawn. I started to yawn twice. Like, what is that? Like, is it something because I'm focused somewhere else, or why did I yawn? Because you're saying
Usually, not always. There's a few reasons for a person why he yawn, but generally, when a person yawn, is because he lost something. Generally, because you lost something. Okay, and what a person loses when I'm telling you something like that, you may have the situation where you had this secret of I'm using my Atmos, and I'm actually exposing this thing, and immediately you would say, oh, whoa, I lost my secret. Okay, so you'll start to yawn. So every time you lose something, you will start to yawn, or every time something will turn in your mind that will remind you of a loss, you will start to yawn. And there are other reasons, but if you yawn, there's something that's happening in your mind. There are other reasons. There are reasons that connected to study. There are different reasons. But if you yawn, you need to know that something is happening. Something is happening.
Wow, thank you. Okay, now this leads to my last question. My question, hopefully, it may not be last, but for the question for now. Like,
okay, the question you prepared.
You know the answers to any question I ask. I've seen your other Facebook lives with you, which is related to relationship, which is related to spirituality, related to business, money, any question. I've seen your Facebook live for the last 2 months. Every question is dynamic. It's addressing all aspects of life and business and relationship. You seem to know everything. It's just, and you're always online. You're available. You're producing. So I want to know, how do you plan your week, plan your day, and plan your month? Like, do you set goals? How are you so efficient? Like, how do you plan? Where do you get your intentions from?
Okay, so there are different level of production, and the first thing, if someone don't produce as much as he should, the first thing you need to do is to forget about goals, to forget about purposes, to forget about all of that things. It's not that they are not important, but to forget about them. What you need to do is to do one thing, is to be able to do what you do when you're doing it. What do I mean? You got to do something. Disconnect your phone. Turn off the internet. Don't do anything else other than what you are doing. And be relentless on fighting anyone that try to disturb you or to take your attention off what you're doing. If you will do that just for a day, you will see that in one day, you will produce the result of a month. Every one day production like that equal to a production of a month with the usual noise. So turn off the phone, turn off all the notification, all notifications off. Turn off the internet. Go onto the internet only if you have to. And so this is number one. Number two, handle things from the oldest to the newest.
Wow.
You always handle the oldest first. Why? Because if you try to handle all the small things and you leave the big thing for later, the big thing never get handled. And the big thing become bigger and bigger and bigger in your mind. They become like, whoa, at the beginning they're just big, and then they become bigger, and then they start to grow hair, and then they look ugly, and then you're afraid of them, and then you run away from them. And the problem is that, not that they have not been done, the problem is that your attention is stuck on them. So most of your computing power is stuck in the past, and to that degree you become insane, slow, and you have what people usually call stress. Stress is only many open cycles, things that you're supposed to do and you didn't do. So handle the earliest first. So first in, first out, basically. If something happened 2 months ago and you didn't handle it, go and handle that. And once you touch it, you handle it. You don't leave it. And you don't get anything else to bother you. You don't look at what's just came in the inbox. You don't look at the messages on WhatsApp. You don't do anything. You handle that and only that, and you handle earliest to newest. There is only one exception. If someone says that there is something urgent, you can jump to something that marks as urgent. But if someone sends you something urgent and it's not urgent, never forget to go and kill him. Not physically, yes. But really explain to him, that's not a good idea to tell me that something is urgent when it's not. So that's the second rule. So the first rule is do what you do when you're doing it. That's actually the definition of the word competence, the ability to do what you do when you're doing it. Number two, first in, first out. Number three, the only exception is emergencies. But never fail to handle people that give you emergencies for nothing. The next thing you need to do is to be very, very aware that when people communicate to you, you demand that they will communicate one subject at a time. And I'm talking about people internal, I'm not talking about customers. Yes. So when people communicate to you about production, one cycle at a time. Don't send me a WhatsApp with this and this and this and this and that. One cycle at a time. So I can handle that cycle, send, handle, send, handle, send. One cycle at a time. If you do just this, there are more rules. But if you do just that, there are 10 commandments on how to handle time. This is some of those commandments. And if you handle it just that, if you do just those 4 things, you'll see that your life will improve in order of magnitude. And that's what I do.
That's what you do. And it's so simple. Like, and it's, wow. Okay, I get it. So if you touch it, you finish it. Like, even if it takes days, or like, even if it takes 6 hours, 10 hours, or is there a limit, like how you stop it? Because if
generally, the nuances about it is like that. I look at the cycle. If I touch it and it takes more than 2-3 hours, I break it down to sub-product, but I define when I'm going to do it, and I never fail to actually do it in that time. But generally, even if it takes more hours, I personally sit and do it. I would sometimes sit on a cycle that takes 10 hours, 15 hours, and I would just sit and do it. I don't go to eat. I don't go to the restroom. I don't go to anything. I just sit and finish it. And my reward is when I finish it, I'm allowed to go and make myself a cup of coffee.
Wow. You don't need a cup of coffee to get done. That's your reward for getting it done. That's
Exactly.
I like it. Wow.
Yeah.
Mir, what, because I've known you for 4 years, and you've been very active marketing only in the last 2, 3 months. That's it. What has been your purpose? Like, why are you doing this now? Because you started doing Corona and Cash. I've been part of it for last 10 weeks. It's really helped me grow my business, get my high on productivity, and the simple strategies of how we are sharing now is I actually paid for you to share that, and you're actually sharing it for free. And your your purpose of sharing, regardless of the piece of information, whether it's big or small, whether it's thing, it's you're sharing it now, and
Yeah.
you are marketing like crazy. Every time I see you're there, and if I go to your timeline to find a particular video, I had to scroll through 30, 40 videos. I'm like, what's happening? Where is that video? And tell you're doing now family on relationship. So tell us, like, why are you doing this? Because you've not done this for the last 4 years. I've known you for, so why
Okay.
are you doing something? And tell me your recent, and after that, tell me why should anyone join Family Academy?
Okay. So why am I doing it? So as you know, I have many businesses, and I'm doing the teaching and coaching as generally it was a hobby. It wasn't really a business. Yes. When the Corona and Cash hit, I realized that people need hand. People need a hand, and it will not work if I will just help a few specialized people that really get what I'm saying and work with me and go to these higher levels and can do all kind of beautiful, amazing things and just come up, generate time and generate money and invent things and I realize everyone needs to know it. It cannot be that I will give it only for few, and that's where I decided, okay, fine, I need to do it much more. So I started to build a system around me that will do that, which will still allow me to do all the businesses that I'm doing and do that. So I started to promote much more because I realized that if I don't help now to a lot of people, I will be, it will be criminal from my side because I know what needs to be done, and what needs to be done is very obvious. And people that learning from me are doing really good in their life. They actually have what they call miracles, which they invented this name, but it's not really miracles, because miracle means just the demonstration of your abilities. So it seems like miracles, but it's not. It's actually the demonstration of your abilities. So all I'm doing is I'm showing you, look, you are able. You're very, very, very able. You know. And once you really realize that you know, and I help you to remove some of the dust of your eyes, you start to see. And then you say, wow, of course, that's how I do it. And you do it. And I really realized that because of the Corona, the timeline has changed. Things have to go faster. And that's what I'm doing. I'm helping people. I do a lot of the things for free. And I really help people to bring results, to see how amazing they are really, and that they can. And then the Family Academy is, I know that for a while, that if something goes wrong with your family, your business will not go well. And because of the Corona, already the business is not going well. So the family have to be handled, because if your family is in line, you will see your business will go well. When your family, when your relationship is in line, your business will go well. Because what does it mean, business? It means relationship. It's relationship. It's selling. What does it mean? You sell and you deliver. So you pay me because of a relationship that I built with you. I deliver to you because of the relationship that I built with you. You help me to promote because of a relationship that I built with you. So I'm doing it in a different way. Most coaches are very isolated. They're sitting in some kind of an ivory tower, don't talk to their clients. They're becoming very, very important and isolated. I have a different viewpoint. My viewpoint is everyone should talk to me. You have a question, I need to help you, and I can. If you have if you're my student and or even if you're not my student, you just follow me on Instagram, let's say, or something, and you have a question. I think that is just human to answer the question. It's just human to answer the question. And most coaches say, no, but I'm a coach, so I need to charge for it. And I said, no, I'm first of all human, then I'm coach. And if someone will ask me without me being a coach, I will answer what I think. So I will answer.
Incredible.
And that's what I do. I answer. And that's people then really realize that what I say to them is not something that they like, but it's definitely something that works.
I know, trust me.
They don't like it, but it works. They often don't like it, but it works. And then once they see that it works, they obviously want to get more, and they're buying services, and it's totally okay. The help is not for free, but the basic humanity of someone asks you a question, you answer. Of course, any person can ask me any question, and I will answer. I'll answer something that will actually work. Someone called me the other day and told me, well, my wife has corona. What do I do? I sent him the list of vitamins that he sent me her age, weight, height. I calculated the vitamins that she needs to take. I gave her the vitamins. She recovered within the next day. She already feeling much better. Well, before that, for 3 days, she was going down. They were like ready to take her to a hospital. Things improve, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a doctor or I'm nothing like that, but I say that I help with what I can.
That is so noble. I liked what you said. You said you're human first, then coach. I think that is very profound. That is very, very beautiful. That's who you are. It's very natural to help. That is true.
Exactly.
That's amazing. So at Family Academy, I attended. Is it only for people with businesses, even with people who are working, employed, even if they're working a job, they can attend?
Yeah, it's for anyone. It's called the Family Academy, but the correct name should have been Family and Relationship Academy. And why we didn't add the word relationship, because it's long, and just because it's long, and it is like becoming Family and Relationship Academy, and it's like too much. So, but and actually, when you have a good relationship, you create a family. So that's the end result, really, because when you have a relationship with someone that is really good, it's like a family, yes? So the Family Academy is all about relationship. Relationship with your children, relationship with your spouse, relationship with your body, relationship with your mind, relationship with your money, relationship with your employees, relationship with your disease, relationship with your enemies, relationship. It's the relationship that you have, the number and quality of relationship that you have, that will define eventually how happy you will be.
That is simply that's perfect. You're right. I never thought I have a relationship with my body, relationship with money, and now you said relationship with the disease. So it's just communicate. It's a relationship with it. Yeah, amazing. I joined last week for the Family Academy thing, and it was so perfect. It's free, and you went on for like 2 hours and more. You deliver, and it's free. I can't believe you're doing this for free. Thank you so much. I have registered for myself. I'm joining there. I'm going to be there, and I know this whole week I was looking at my calendar. I'm part of your inner circle. I'm part of the Corona and Cash. I'm part of the family. I'm looking at, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I have 5 days of Mir. Like, what's happening? Thank you.
Good thing happening. Anyone that wants to join the Family Academy, you can go to meirezra.com/family. It's on the screen. And also, if you are watching us on Instagram, the link is in my bio. all you have to do is just to go meirezra.com/family, or follow me on Instagram, Meir Ezra Official, and then write to me. Go to the bio if you want just to register. And if you have any question, send me a private message, and I always answer. And you, most of the time, not going to like my answer, but always it's going to work.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you. Yes, I really
Yeah.
you must attend. Like he's the value Mir is giving out for free is just insane. It's just so beautiful that there will be a result in your life. It won't be something you enjoy. It won't be something you like, but there will be results. So
Yeah.
attend even one, because when I met Mir 4 years ago, I most of the things what he said didn't make sense to me, but I was like, you know what? I like what he has. Let me at least give it a shot, because if one webinar is 2 hours, the first time attended, I didn't actually stay for full 2 hours. I just stayed for half an hour, and then I
Yeah.
took, but I attended, just show up, because that made me kind of stay for longer. Because when I started my journey as learning, I was used to watching Netflix on movies for 2 3 hours. Reading a book was maybe half an hour or less. So I took my own pace, I took my own speed. So I'd register for the webinar on Saturday and attend for 20 minutes, attend for the first 30 minutes, and see, ask yourself, if it makes sense, continue, else disconnect. Because that's what Mir is telling you. Like, see if it makes sense to you. If it
Yeah.
doesn't, no, but give it a shot, because I know you and I, because I can't speak for you, but I can speak for me. When I watch on Netflix or Amazon Prime, even if the reviews are bad or reviews are great, I watch for myself. I fast forward, I stay for 20 minutes. If the movie or the TV doesn't make sense, I just disconnect. I never watch
Yeah.
back. But if it's good, I binge watch. I watch everything. I go back and watch anything else from the actor. So that's what
Yeah.
you need to do with me. Just find out if it makes sense. And if
Yeah.
it does, join the Family Academy. And if it makes even more sense, join the Corona and Cash. It's just
Mhm.
insane. Mir is amazing.
Thank you.
Mir.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the comments. Really, it's wonderful. Thank you for Amit and Swapna for setting it up. And thank you for Shamaya and for Gal and Hadar for helping me with all the marketing. And thank you for the interview. And I will see you tomorrow.
I know.
Yes, tomorrow we have, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow we have the Yoga Sutra. Yes, the awakening. Yes, tomorrow is the
Oh,
Yoga
yes.
Sutra.
You're the power of that. Yes. Yes. I'll see you. Thank you, Mir. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for watching.